Mike Phillips with Autogeek.com, and I have with me today Jeff Brown, the product developer for Griot's Garage. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the air foamer. So Jeff, I love any kind of tool that makes either working on my cars fun or fast. What do you have here?
Well, Mike, we're here to talk about the Griot's Garage air foamer gun and all the unique features that make it a little different than maybe what else is on the market today. So, as you know, we always say this, I don't want to come across like a broken record, but it's really true to our core. It's take the best that exists and make it better. So I think that's what we've done, and I'm happy to share that with you here today.
Well, that's actually a proven method to success, apparently, because all you guys do is come out with really cool stuff. So what I see here is the tool, but also some products. So go ahead and walk me through what the tool is and what it does.
So Mike, we're going to talk about the foaming gun. It's pretty simple. It takes a chemical and it applies air and it foams it. So Mike, here's a few features that make this tool unique and different, special to Griot's Garage. So we've got a couple things. Our air swivel adapter, and this allows you to set the gun on the ground, and as opposed to tipping over where some of the more rigid fittings work.
Yeah, and that's because airlines, by their very nature, because they're under pressure, are very stiff.
Yep.
Okay, so if it's coming straight out, it's going to go straight out into this table or into the ground. It makes this tip over, all your fluid tips over. So this one little change here, that's genius. Was that you?
We try to take all the different little features and build it into it. I think it's a team effort for sure.
Okay.
We'll say that.
That's fair.
A few other things. You want to have control over your chemical flow so that you essentially have 32 plus ounces here in this container, and that's enough to do an average size vehicle if you control the amount of chemical flow. You don't need to have it completely 100% flowing, so you can just tone it back. It's also great if you're doing wheels or interior work where you don't need a ton of foam, but just enough to do the job. It's got a built-in air pressure regulator. That just allows you to adapt to the various different applications that you're going to use this in.
So the user can adjust it to their preference.
Exactly. So everything will kind of change depending on the compressor that the person's using. So you got to be able to kind of adapt to that. So that's a nice feature.
Well, that just helps with the functionality of the tool itself.
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to have a different air compressor.
Exactly.
Okay.
So a couple other things. I mean, we really built it out of high quality materials, cast aluminum, billet aluminum body, and the foaming head is what really makes this special. And I'll tell you, there's a couple different options on the market that require an accessory to change the foam pattern. Mm-hmm. And what's really cool about this is that you've got a adjustable dial that you can change it from a kind of a fan to a more of a snow foam pattern. So just allows you, again, to have some flexibility in the use of the tool. One really important thing with these foaming guns is the maintenance of them. And a lot of times people will do the job and then they'll just put their tools away and head to the next one. Yes. And we all know what happens.
All the stuff sits in there and corrodes and gunks up, and
yep.
You need to clean these. And that's one of the things that's hard, is they're hard to clean.
Yep. It's a real simple approach. You could just use just plain water, run that through the machine or the gun. But what we've also done is incorporated one very important piece to this is the foaming material that's inside the head of the gun. And you'll just simply unthread the head, and you can pull that out and rinse that thoroughly with warm water, and that just really helps keep the foam on a high level and make sure a long life is going to come into play. Again, with all the Griot's Garage tools, we have a lifetime warranty against defects, so this thing's going to be in your garage for years to come.
So that's how the tool works, and I like the fact that you can take this apart and clean it. And it is important to flush these when you're done.
Yeah.
But what all products can you use with this to create foam? And of course, the benefit to foam is that it increases dwell time.
Yes.
So if you were to spray a liquid onto, say, a vertical surface, it's going to run off.
Exactly.
If you foam that liquid, it clings.
Yep.
And that is the benefit to a foam gun, is it creates cling, which creates dwell time. So the products that you're buying are actually doing their job because they're on the surface working instead of on the ground where they're not going to do anything.
Yeah. Who wants to have all their chemicals run to the ground?
So what can we use inside this very cool foaming gun?
So there's a few different applications. One would be a pre-soak before you'd wash your vehicle. Utilizing a car wash or a wash and wax, you could throw essentially 2 ounces per the 32 plus ounces of water in here. and that will, you shake it up and you'll be able to emit a nice foam on the vehicle. The benefit to that is it just helps to loosen all those abrasive particles and reduce any potential wash-induced scratches.
And road film. So I talk to people a lot when they're cleaning cars about road film. Road film is when you drive your car in the rain, and most cars when they get a few years old, they drip oil, transmission fluid, power steering fluid, radiator fluid. This builds up on the highway, and then when it rains, because oil floats to the top, the cars in front of you throw that splatter on your car, and now besides having dirt on your car, you have an oily film. So if you can take your car wash solution and get it to clean to the sides, the cleaning agents can actually go to work dissolving the road film, which is an oily film, instead of you having to push harder with the wash mitt, which could induce scratches.
That's it. That's one of, and that's a good tip. I mean, a lot of people just grab the bucket and go, and this, first do no harm is our number one objective when we work on a car, not screw it up, right, Mike? So Mike, one of my favorites is the engine cleaner. You'll throw that on the gun. We also offer that in a 22-ounce bottle. You can just thread on if you'd like. But you foam it on the engine. It just, all that dwell time takes place. It attacks all the grease and grime, and it just makes quick work of doing a motor. So it's a good tip. So got any other areas you're thinking that?
Well, engine cleaning is something that's not very fun. So if you can get the engine degreaser to sit in there and dwell, making it easier, that's going to make the process faster.
Sure.
What about wheels and tires? Those are vertical surfaces.
You bet. Griot Garage has a rubber cleaner, which works great for the tires. I also use it on wheel wells, especially plastic. So Mike, a real cool application is to take the foam gun and apply our wheel cleaner with it. It just creates this massive amount of foam, clings on the surface, it just attacks all that brake dust. You do a light agitation, a rinse, and you're ready to go. One thing I love about this foam gun is that you can simply take off the container, set that to the side, and Griot's Garage containers literally fit right on the gun.
Wow, that is convenient. So you could go between Griot's Garage products just by changing the bottles out.
It's that simple. I'd recommend the best practice would be to rinse out that gun before you go to the next product so that you don't cross-contaminate. But yeah, it's a nice.
And to me, because wheels get incredibly dirty, especially the front ones with brake dust and road grime, and to have a product or a tool that can foam your wheel cleaner to create that dwell time, that is key. I tell you, as soon as someone uses this the first time, they're going to be hooked.
Got one other product, Mike. When you go to do a paint correction, there's a lot of pre-existing wax and contaminant on the surface. Before you even do your entire process, you can take the paint prep, thread it on the foam gun, and apply it to the entire vehicle, allow it to sit and dwell. It'll just completely strip all your polymers, waxes, silicones, carnauba off the surface, which is really important to do before you start jumping in on all your corrections.
That's what I call getting down to a fresh base.
There you go.
Just naked paint.
That's it.
For more information for the Griot's Garage Air Foamer, go to Autogeek.com. For more videos like these and how-tos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is genius. I love how you can just switch that from different products by unscrewing it and going to the next product.
It's a no-brainer, Mike.
Yeah.
Let's go have at it here with this stuff.
I want to see this thing in action.
All right, man.